let's begin. I still will do a little introduction why others are joining. So we are today in the quarterly Go-to-Market Hub's update call, where we sort of have a mix of news and updates usually. It's like your 8 o'clock news channel with regards to any marketing and sales updates across Microsoft, the Microsoft Community Network, and Companial GoToMarket Hub, of course, as well. So just quickly about the rules of this meeting to make it more accessible, inclusive, and effective. You know all of that already. So there's a magnifier option. Remember that you can turn on and off your caption and transcript. Also, this meeting is being recorded. Hope that's okay with everybody. And everyone is currently muted, but please use your chat function to show us reactions, to engage with speaker, to pop your questions. So we will have a couple of minutes for Q&As at the end, but also please feel free to pop your questions into the chat at any point. And otherwise, show us that you are here, give us thumbs up if you like the subject, or thumbs down if you don't. Today we have two speakers, which is myself and William. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to pronounce your surname correctly. Worthausen, if I'm not mistaken. And William leads on Empowered program at Companial. And today he will tell us all about it and how Companial Empowered BC program helps partner to build compelling offerings to drive faster growth. And after William's presentations, I will give you a summary of updates from GTM on the Microsoft side and any GTM updates on Companial side as well. And before I hand over to William, I would like to invite you to participate in a poll because we love to keep this learning interactive for as much as we can. So the question in the poll today is, in what areas of marketing and sales are you already using AI tools? So we are moving towards this frontier firm. That is really the term widely used by Microsoft this year. And that includes obviously being at the top of the game in terms of AI. So this is a multiple choice poll. So you can choose as many answers as you like. And I am launching the poll in the chat right now. So wherever you are using AI tools in marketing and sales already in your company, tick the box and submit your answers. Okay, and with that, I'm handing over to William for his part of the presentation.
Thanks, Olga. So indeed, my name is Willem van Voorthuizen. I'm the business line manager for Empowered. And since this call is about accelerating growth, I thought it would make sense to also highlight the Empowered offering we have here as well, especially for the people who are interested in this topic. So as a Microsoft 365 Business Central reseller, you know the challenge, right? Like I said, this call is about growth. You want to grow, you want to scale, you want probably even expand into new industries. But there are the challenges to overcome, like the limited resources, talent shortages, operational inefficiencies, etc. And one of the hot topics, of course, especially in the BC world, is that relying too much on individual customizations, per customer customizations, can slow down your progress. But it's good to know that we are with you if your goals include things like if you want to grow your organization with the limited resources you have, if you are interested in implementing scalable solutions that your customer needs without too much effort from your side, of course. Everyone would love to deliver projects faster, but always the unique tailoring down to specific customers, of course, is holding you back in terms of speed. and you want to stand out from the competition with differentiated offerings. And that's especially one of the things we are going to highlight today as well. And probably, like I already mentioned, if you would like to expand into new industries, it would be great if you could get a head start entering a new specific industry with community crafted solutions. What are we talking about? If I speak about those generic functionality for those industries, relying less on customizations, etc., I'm basically highlighting this picture. And yes, the statements are a little bit bold. Huh? Big winners will have focus on what makes them special, and those who insist on doing everything themselves will, in the end, lose their market position. Those are bold statements. But to get the picture, in this world of Business Central, we all are offering Business Central, how we get it from the shelf of Microsoft, right? So that's a commoditized product, I would say. On top of that, we as partners in the last decades have created our own customizations to tailor it more to specific customers or filling in the gaps Microsoft is leaving behind in a product. And hopefully, if you're targeting a specific niche or vertical, you have created your own distinctive IP which serves those customers in those specific industries. And there is what I would say the area where you create that distinctive value with your offerings, your differentiated offerings towards your end customers. Well, with the generic customizations on top of BC, you're not creating distinctive value. You're not standing out from competition in that area. That's exactly the reason why we as Companion came up with Empowered, whatever, 2 years ago nowadays. And that's focusing on that specific middle layer. Because we truly believe if you want to create compelling offerings for your end customers, you should tailor to the customers in your specific niche or vertical. So you should focus on creating distinctive value for those customers in those areas, where we as Companion can then step in and serve you with that generic IP layer. So the gap fillers, right? I spoke about the gaps Microsoft is leaving behind in the product, the obvious customizations everyone has done in the last decades. But what if we as Companion take care of that? Community crafted, which means yes, we develop the stuff, but we are listening to the channel, to the partners, to get feedback, to develop new stuff, etc., to make it a comprehensive package which is delivered together with Business Central. It's called Empowered Business Central for just a single price, easy to deploy and set up, and you don't need to take care of developments, maintenance, and support, etc., because we are taking care of that. And that's exactly what Empowered is. Empowered is a community crafted and maintained by Companion version of Business Central with easy deployable horizontal enhancements. Think again, those gap fillers I was speaking about. And with that, we can free up development capacity to create even more distinctive features, to even enhance your compelling offerings to your customers even more. And with that, of course, accelerate your growth. And that empowered Business Central, which is then community crafted and maintained by Companion, is delivered in what we call the industry solutions. So think of if you have a new customer and you went to Companion to order the license for that specific new customer. In the past, you simply order what we call vanilla Business Central, how it comes from the shelf of Microsoft. But next to that, we have the option to serve you with an industry solution, which is then called Empowered Business Central, tailored for a specific industry. And to be very honest, and I don't want to get too technical in this call, this is those bundles are created for marketing purposes, but it's technically one big extension containing all the different features in Empowered Business Central for just a additional €7 or local currency equivalent of that on top of the normal BC price, so to say. And if we then speak about those bundles, there are all things in those bundles added on top of the standard of BC, from a module called advanced costing to promotions and actions, even a lightweight POS system is included, or document management system, and a lot more is included in those bundles. And the good thing is that everything is included in the bundle. And with that, of course, we give you the possibility as a partner to create your compelling offerings and offer those modules to your end customers as well. And I'm not going to go through all the features on a one-by-one basis and explain what those features are about. But just for the sake of being complete and share all the information with you, I've included the slides so that after this call, when the documentation will be shared with you, you will have that information available on hand as well. Short descriptions about those features. And just a side note, the good thing is that these are, of course, extensions on top of BC. On our website, you can find all the information talking more in depth about those features, but also think about the how-to videos, the documentation manuals, how to use videos, all the relevant stuff which is needed to create that compelling package to offer to your end customers. So what are you thinking about Empowered Business Central in terms of how it could help you? Um, Business Central helps partners grow because we think that with the use of Empowered Business Central, you can overcome those resource constraints, and every partner has those resource constraints. With a standard enriched package of Business Central with standardized solutions instead of those tailor-made solutions for your customers, you're more capable of scaling it more efficiently to multiple customers. And since we are, and I will add a side note here, since you're adding specific features tailored to a specific industry, we can give you that head start, that kickstart to enter a new industry where you're not originated from, so to say. That doesn't mean that we are a true ISV delivering full-fledged solutions for manufacturing or whatsoever, because that would mean that we would start competing with partners or ISVs in the channel. But we cover the first few meters into a specific industry to give you that head start into a new industry. And with a standard package containing all the features in just one bundle, I mentioned the €7 price, that's the partner purchase price. We have not defined any end customer retail price, just like Microsoft has done for the standard of BC. And that gives you the opportunity as a partner to create a compelling offering because you are free to define your end customer retail price. And here I would like to pause a bit and mention two examples how partners are creating those compelling offerings. Because yes, technically we are speaking out about BC plus an additional layer containing a lot of additional features. Some partners are simply very transparent in their offering to their end customer and say, hey, we have Business Central for you, we have Empowered for you, because there are two features, two modules in Empowered which serves your needs, and we are charging you this amount of money for that. But if you're speaking about creating compelling packages, think about a reseller targeting the wholesale industry, for example. You have your solution called whatever, wholesale or trade 365. Then you're offering a compelling package to a customer, which under the hood then contains Business Central, Empowered, and maybe even other third-party ISV solutions as well. With this out-of-the-box features which are in those Empowered bundles, you can strengthen your Business Central offering and become less relying on all those customizations you've created in the past yourself. And with that, we truly believe, and that's basically our vision behind it, is that Dynamics partners will be, of course, cloud first. That's an obvious one nowadays, but fully monetizing their distinctive IP. So not the generic horizontal enhancements on BC, but truly focusing on what makes you standing out from competition and create a compelling package about that. Because with that, you're able to spend less time on the maintenance because you've standardized your solutions and standardized your packaging. With that, you have faster time to markets. And last but not least, remember I spoke about Empowered being a community crafted solution. You can utilize the community contribution. What do I mean with that? Like I said, we as Companion are developing and maintaining Empowered Business Central, but you as a partner are able to share your feedback with us. So we have a feedback portal where you can submit your ideas and suggestions to enrich Empowered even more. And with that, of course, we are listening to that, we are applying that and developing new features and make that available in the bundles as well. So with that, you can truly utilize from the community. And of course, we get you started. Since we're speaking about creating a compelling offering for your end customers, we are here to help you with it. Because if we speak about Empowered Business Central, and even if you're still not aware of Empowered Business Central, we have a free service license. And that means that we have a free version of the product available for you to play around, test around, and become familiar with it. Next to that, we have our one-on-one deep dive consultations where you're able to learn more about the product. If we speak about consultants of developers, the questions will always go around, can Empowered also do this or that or whatever? But next to the technical product side, we are also there to help you um, creating that offering, that compelling offering to your end customers, your go-to-market. For example, we have assisted partners with creating a end customer presentation where Empowered is included, or even assist in pre-sales conversations the partners are having. That's something we offer as well. And of course, we have our support in the backend. So with that, we have our materials for you to learn about Empowered. Like I already mentioned, we are here to help you in your pre-sales. For example, we have had a lot of consultations from partners who get an RFI from a potential customer, and then they discuss with us, hey, we have an RFI and 20 of the 100 questions cannot be fulfilled with standard Business Central. How much could we fulfill with the use of Empowered Business Central? That's something we are offering as well. And if you speak about the Empowered Kit, like I already mentioned on the website and in the partner portal specifically, we have the feature descriptions available, how-to videos, and also, like I already mentioned, since we supported multiple partners on creating that end customer sales presentation, we of course, for example, have also created a template for that more or less. And with Empowered Business Central, so an enriched version of Business Central, which makes it possible for you to rely less on customizations and become more distinctive and create that compelling offering, we truly believe that you are able to deliver more, grow faster, and the most important takeaway, in my opinion, for this call should be for you to stay or become distinctive. And with that, I would love to hand it over to Olga.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, William. I'm just gonna quickly share in the chat something that we have for Companion members to support their growth into various industries. We have conducted research on behalf of Companion partners, and we have conducted it in Europe in SMB level organizations. So quite a different type of research than Microsoft does. And we have researched the top pain points for ERP buyers in those 4 industries that we find that are most lucrative currently for Companion partners, and these are the industries that William just spoke about. So retail, wholesale, professional services, and manufacturing. Okay, so if you would like to explore a bit more each of those industries and technology leaders, their needs, their hopes, their fears, and the trends in the industry as well, you can download this research, this white paper, completely for free. So just to add this little bit to William's brilliant presentation, and I will then continue on to my other news and updates. Before I do, if you are in this call for the very first time, by some way you don't know what Companion GoToMarket Hub is, this is a quick reminder that we support your growth journey by providing a library of learning materials, in-person and digital events, and also one-to-one consultancy and marketing and sales accelerators. So watch this space. There's always news and updates that we have to share with you on the Microsoft side or in Companion. So my quick agenda for today is 6 pieces of updates, 3 of them from Microsoft and 3 of them from Companion GTM Hub. The Microsoft one are really exciting ones. There are small additional requirements changes to the BA funded engagements for this year. Then there is a new, long-awaited AI-themed campaign in a box. We are so ready for it. And for those of you who haven't yet discovered a cloud champion learning platform, I will introduce shortly that as well, because I have found a learning journey there with regards to the Microsoft GTM support that I found incredibly useful myself, and I'd like to share that with you. Following that, I will share some updates on our one-to-one GTM consultations. Then I will speak a little bit about account-based marketing for Microsoft Dynamics partners, which is the topic of our next masterclass, online masterclass, for those of you who would like to attend it, and you are very welcome. And just a reminder also that we still have Nordic Business Forum recordings available until December 26th. So without further delay, I'm going to go on to the first update from our big friend Microsoft. And just a quick reminder, then from July this year, they have launched two funded engagements that are completely new for Business Central. So one of them is called ERP Envisioning Workshop, and that is a one-to-one workshop, which if you hold, you can claim up to 6,000 USD US dollars for this activity. Okay, so that's more on a sort of very pre-sales, very sales activity, but there is also a one-to-many webinar that you can hold as part of your marketing campaigns or marketing strategy. And this is a one-to-many webinar or in-person event for which you can claim up to 2,000 US dollars. So the changes, the good news that I'm gonna share now is about the one-to-many webinar. So it's your Business Central immersion briefing. That's one-to-many webinar that Microsoft launched in July this year, and the requirements so you can claim the money for the webinar or for one in-person event. The requirements where you have to have 10 minimum attendees and you have to have a Microsoft specialization. So Microsoft wanted to make this more accessible, and there has been a feedback on requirements for this workshop that they are simply unattainable for many of the partners. Therefore, Microsoft has heard you, has heard us, and they have made the requirements a little bit simpler. So now you need to have a minimum 5 attendees for the workshop. So it's no longer 10, but if you have 5 people to whom you would like to hold the Business Central immersion briefing webinar or in-person event, then you are able to do that with just 5 attendees and claim your $2,000 for this workshop once you hold it. And then the second requirement that used to be you need to have a specialization to hold this webinar, that as an entry requirement, that is now also scaled down to just your solution designation. So specialization is no longer a requirement as required as long as you have business application solution designation as a Microsoft partner and 5 attendees. You can hold your Business Central immersion briefing and get your reimbursement up to 2,000 US dollars for this activity. So that's a first piece of good news from Microsoft, making things simple. We love that. And the second one is on AI, of course. We can't move on without AI anymore. And that's why Microsoft is saying, just to remind you that AI for marketing and sales teams is now the conversation starter. So any marketing and sales or conversation should start with AI as a conversation opener. And I love this slide, so I shared that in a previous update call, but I wanted to bring that back. Great slide to have in front of you as a non-technologist, because myself being a non-technical person, sometimes I find it difficult to relate to AI in some real way, authentic way, and then start talking about it to my marketing audience. So I found this slide immensely helpful for me to make a bigger picture of AI in my head. So that is prepared for you by Microsoft, a very good slide to take as a starter for any of your marketing content, writing or generating that type of content. And because AI is now the conversation starter from this year, and I'm sure many years ahead in front of us, so Microsoft has delivered on their words, and finally they have prepared for us a campaign in a box that is themed around AI. So just very quickly, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so I can share my screen again, in fact, to give you a bit of an insight into how campaign in a box looks like. Quite often partners mention that there is a lot out there from Microsoft, a lot of content. We don't know how to find it, where to find it. Even if you share the link, you navigate away from the link and suddenly you're lost in there. And partners are also sometimes confuse DMC with PMC. So the screen that I'm sharing right now, my browser, I am in PMC directory. So this is Partner Marketing Center, not a digital marketing center that is marketing automation platform from Microsoft. We can cover that in that's a subject for a different day. But today I am in Partner Marketing Center, and this is exactly where you should navigate to in order to get your campaign in a box that is called Becoming Frontier Transforming with AI. And this is it. You don't have to make your own conversation starter about AI. It's already there, written and designed by Microsoft for you. So you navigate down the page and you find the abundance of marketing and sales material that you can simply download, as you see here. And the assets here range from email templates to social ad banners, web banners, and of course, as a key hero content, you have an AI themed ebook that is called Transforming with AI. Again, a reminder that you can download that in a PowerPoint format and personalize this ebook further to whatever personalization is needed to make it relevant for your audience. But at least this is a very solid conversation starter with regards to AI capabilities across business applications, focusing on Business Central as well. And just a reminder that here, don't forget, there is a drop down of many languages that you can choose from in order to download your campaign materials in, let's say here I've got that in Italian, so exactly the same versions that you had in English, now you have in Italian, Spanish, and many other languages over here. So I'm going to stop sharing here so I can go back to my presentation. Um, to my deck, but how to navigate to the page that I just shared with you. Let me just quickly share you the link so you have it handy. You save it and can go back to it when you are ready to launch your AI campaign. Okay. So we are back in my presentation, and the next piece of news after this is the Cloud Champion platform. Okay, so this is something that I'm quite excited about. I'm going to switch to sharing my screen again in a second, but I just wanted to touch on a topic again with all of the Microsoft GTM support that's available for partners. There's so much out there and so many different programs and incentives that you can make use of that is really difficult to keep track of everything. Therefore, on this Cloud Champion platform, if you have not yet come across it, I'm going to navigate away from my presentation again in order to share my browser. So I can share that platform with you, and specifically the learning path that I was so excited to find here. So in one learning path, you have a very handy representation and summary of everything that's available in terms of Microsoft GTM support for partners. So first you have an overview of all Microsoft GTM program and investments, and that's all in a video format available to watch on demand. So you don't have to wait until a certain date. That is the learning journey that's already there created for you and accessible at any time. Secondly, you have a video on a Cloud Ascent, which is a Microsoft data-driven customer targeting program. Then you have campaign in a box video as well, and a campaign in a box is like one of those AI campaigns that I have shared with you is part of the campaign in a box library. You also have industry specific campaigns in there, product solution specific campaigns in there, but this video is to learn to navigate and use those campaigns for maximum effectiveness for your campaign. Okay, then the latest promotions video, the Microsoft Immersion and Envisioning programs, and these are also known as funded engagement, business application partner activities. There are many names for this very same activities that partners know it, but in reality, these are the activities that you can claim money back from Microsoft when you do some of those pre-sales or sales activities. Okay, CSP incentives, that's another video on the same thing really, but more broadly. And reseller success kit, SMB solution partner designations explainer, and partner skilling kickoff as well. So really, that is an amazing learning journey for everything that Microsoft has to offer in terms of GTM support. And I hope that you'll find it useful as much as I did, because I wouldn't have put it better than the guys did on the Cloud Champion platform. Again, I'm going to drop a link to the chat so you can access this platform whenever you're ready to learn. And with this, I'm going back to my presentation, and there I have our native GTM Hubs news. Okay, so first piece of news that I have is within the our one-to-one marketing and sales consultations area, or the way we call it in a GTM hub, we call it GTM Accelerate. So with regards to one-to-one consultation, we have run many pilots with you guys. Some of you have already participated in those consultations, and we have heard the most popular themes that keep coming back within those consultations. And what we wanted to do in terms of making it even easier for you to make use of those consultations, we have came up with 3 themed consultations that cover the most popular subjects. So you don't have to worry what you would want to discuss in this consultation. That is, of course, we can discuss multiple things, but these are the 3 themed consultations that we have prepared for you in advance. Of course, they are fully personalized, but they are already they're centered around the subject or pain point that you guys might be experiencing within your marketing and sales area. So first of all, we have a marketing and sales effectiveness audit, which I call a bird flight view of your marketing and sales. pointing out any optimization opportunities, any weak links that you have in your marketing and sales or go-to-market strategy, and working together to find the right strategy, right tactic to patch that hole in a funnel where the water runs out in your marketing and sales funnel, and make it all work as a well-oiled machine, well-oiled lead generation engine. Okay, so the marketing and sales effectiveness audit is no longer free. Full market price is 2,200 euros. But however, regionally we will be running a number of promotions across the year. So watch out for those. If you are interested, please speak to your partner success manager, and we'll find the solution that's right for you. But don't worry, we also have a free one-to-one marketing and sales consultation. They're a little bit less broad, more focused. So for example, lead generation campaign best practice, that is one themed one-to-one consultation that we have prepared for you. And the other one is Microsoft GTM support explainer. So even if you go to the Cloud Champion platform and watch the whole learning journey, learning path about understanding the Microsoft GTM support, a lot of partners still have doubts around, okay, so this is our unique situation. What would be, from all the big choice, what would be the most accessible things that we qualify for, that we're eligible for, that we can easily take on from Microsoft, because without massive, let's say, administrative burden, or finding out down the way that we're not eligible for activity. So that's another themed one-to-one consultation that we have prepared for you based on your needs. We'll be able to talk about how you, specifically in your company, can utilize Microsoft GTM support. So for any of those consultations or any other consultations that you would like to receive within marketing and sales, you can register directly by email with me. And you can see the email on this slide. And we are now within the next piece of news, and that's around our master classes. So as always, within the GTM Hub, we call it GTM Connect. This is our interactive learning space where we're always inviting the best speakers within the industry to present to you on various marketing and sales subjects. So this is the whole list of webinars that are currently available. So there's 4 of them. 2 of them already were earlier this year, but you can watch them on demand. They have not disappeared anywhere. And still 3 of those webinars, so 2 in this year and 1 in January. So we have account-based marketing for Microsoft partners coming up on the 20th of November, and another webinar about tailoring your offering in a way that makes it easy for customer to say yes, which is what we want to hear from our customers, and that's on 26th of November. Further in January, the other side of Christmas, we have a masterclass around lead generation campaigns and how to create those campaigns that create not only leads and many leads, but also good quality leads. Out of this all webinars and masterclasses that we have available, I wanted to quickly stop for 5 minutes on one of those, because this is the one that I find personally the most attractive to me right now, because I'm delving deeper into the account-based marketing together with everybody, really, because this is the way to market that is getting the reputation for getting the best return of investment on and the best quality leads. So we would like to quickly cover this for Microsoft partners. So of course you can find a lot of information around account-based marketing on internet, on your Copilot, on ChatGPT. However, as always in the GTM Hub, we tailor all of that advice, narrow that to the Microsoft Dynamics partner. So you will definitely find in that that masterclass as every other masterclass, information that is tailored to your needs as a Microsoft partner. So very, very shortly, for those of you who are not familiar with account-based marketing, and for a lot of marketers in an SMB level organization, it's a little bit like, okay, accounts-based marketing, that's for enterprise, that's for bigger players, we don't have the budget. So we want to a little bit demystify that to make account-based marketing accessible to smaller teams, to teams that don't necessarily have large budgets to play with, which would be a lot of our partners. This doesn't mean that you can't do it if you do have a big and healthy budget for marketing and sales. You absolutely can, but it doesn't exclude also smaller teams or one-person marketing teams that do marketing on rather small budget. So that is definitely tailored to that size of organization, so small and medium business, small and medium enterprise. So in a nutshell, what is the account-based marketing? That's your traditional funnel turned upside down, where you focus your marketing on a very high value accounts instead of marketing your solutions to the whole of the market. So this is very similar. This is narrowing your audience, targeting in a more zoomed in way, in a similar way as William is speaking about creating offerings for certain industries in the ABM-based marketing, account-based marketing, that it's even narrower. So focusing, say, not just only on an industry, but on the most interesting companies within the industry that would be ideal customers for you. And then turning that funnel upside down, it means that you are really creating one-to-one and one-to-few engagement, creating a strong advocacy, but we will speak about that in the webinar itself. And another thing about ABM approach to marketing, it's a beautiful way to align marketing and sales. There is a number of channels that open up to you in your marketing activities if you are doing the ABM approach, and you are able to just focus on the accounts that have strong propensity to buy, targeting them through various channels, using both marketing and sales, working in unison to obviously achieve the same goal, which is to close more deals and better deals. Okay, so that just to remind that account-based marketing for Microsoft Partners Masterclass will be on the 20th of November at 1 p.m. Central Eastern Time. And the last piece of news from me is around Nordic Business Forum. So we were really lucky this year to be able to give you access to one of the biggest, I mean, Europe's biggest, really, business forum with almost 1,000 business leaders across more than 50 countries in Europe. So this is a forum that could be equally interesting to business owners, to founders, co-founders, senior leadership teams, as well as professionals within specialists within marketing and sales and business growth functions across your business. So these all the sessions, all the keynotes, all the themed sessions are there in a Companion partner portal available for you to access and to watch at your convenient time up until the 26th of December. So 25th of December is your last chance to watch that, probably a bit earlier than that because we're nearly Christmas. But that's there for you to make use of if you would like to do so. That really is it from me for today. Let me quickly just check chat if there are any questions. There is no questions to be seen at this point. So if you do have a question, please do type one now. That's your last chance. And if not, then quick slide summarizing everything. Roger says, I do have a question. Do you have any examples on the form the customer have to sign? Sorry. So we are not able to share the example of such form. The customer have to sign and confirm their attendance in the workshop when claiming with Microsoft. So yes, you would have to fill in the form, but the form is just online when you fill out that application. I'm not able to share the example of that form. But if you do have further questions on that, that might be a case of an email, just formulating your request in a bit maybe a wider context so I can understand that better. Okay, so for others, here is the summary of all activities that are across GoToMarket Hub and Microsoft that you can check with one click. And lastly, we would very, very much appreciate your minute or 2 minutes of time to complete the survey for us to learn if you find these update calls useful. If not, what would you like to hear from us about instead? And any questions or ideas that you might have. So thank you very much for your attendance today.